Still in that era, we weren't able to, for whatever reason, um, become as large 5, 10, 15, 100 stores large. It was still us sales reps going salon to salon in certain areas. So now the manufacturers are looking and saying, wow, truth hurts, right? That's what we on, truth hurts, right?
Yeah. Truth hurts.
We on the truth hurts. So you have manufacturers who are now looking at the white beauty supply distributors who believe that that's now the place to be
they thinking
after the
they thinking that the bigger the chains, so the chain distributors, the Sally's, the Cosmo Pros, and X, Y, and Z's of that nature, even if it's
exactly.
not those that type of store, could service the salons better, or get their product in the hands of the black owned salons. Okay.
Yes, it was a mindset that wow, if we could get in there, they're 100 stores big. Um, we can be in a lot of different places, and what that did, that also hurt the black distributor. That hurt the black beauty and barber supply distributor because once we grew a brand, case in point, we were the original Mizani distributor of the product.
The
Uh,
first people.
we had the first people to have it when they came
So
out with the
before
line Sasheen.
so before where I worked, before Blackness got it, y'all had it. Because it eventually came to us
Absolutely,
eventually. So y'all had it first.
we
I
were the
remember that.
first ones. The reason,
I'm
yep,
gonna
we were the first one in the
remember that
vision.
because I'm gonna tell the truth about that, and I remember that, and I want y'all to listen to me because we are insiders. Listen, I need y'all to understand this. We are insiders of the black hair care business. We are insiders. We're not outside looking in. We don't need to read anything. We don't need anybody to tell us anything. We the inside people. We are inside. Now I'm gonna tell you what he's talking about. Mazzani was one of the products that was made for the black professional, the black salon owner, the girls that did hair, the women that did hair. And I'm gonna paint a picture for y'all that y'all never seen, but I'm gonna tell you what I saw. The women that did hair. Now, when you walked into a black salon in the 80s, check this out, y'all. This might even been 78. When you walked in, there were women dressed in all white, white stockings, white shoes, white sneakers, and like the white hospital thing. That's how they dressed, dude. Everybody in the salon. It smelled like relaxer when you hit the door. You could
Right.
smell a relaxer when you hit the door. And all the women had, they look like nurses. They look like a bunch of nurses in there doing hair. This was every salon, man. And Mazzani, what Kevin talking about was a professional end product that was not allowed to be sold outside of a professional distributor. Now, when I said I'm gonna tell the truth about myself, let me tell you, as that product grew, there was something called diversion happening in the black beauty business, where when the Koreans got big and they saw that the blacks need what was using the product they couldn't get, they would pay people to go to Mr. Knight, buy it in a dozen, and then they would buy the dozen from the person in the middle at a profit so they can have it in the stores. Now the end result was if you went to Mr. Knight, you could buy it for $9.95. If you went to the Korean, you had to pay $17.95 because he had to pay a guy like me for passing it to him, for black marketing it to him. And so he had to pay like $17.95. That's what would happen. Now, because the Korean was right there in your face, so if the salon was on the corner of Fifth Avenue, Mr. Knight was on 75th Avenue, and the Korean store was on Fifth Avenue and up the street 600 feet, the salon owner would just go up there, pay the extra $5 for it instead of going to Mr. Knight. And that's how it hurt people like the Mr. Knight's Beauty Supply, because the instead of the customer needing to wait for Mr. Knight to get it to him, they would just pay the extra money and go get it and kill a sale over at Knights. This is what was going on in the black beauty business. I'm telling y'all, you talking to insiders. You don't need to go nowhere else. You don't need to watch nothing else. You're talking to insiders. You can leave stuff in comments. You can ask questions. We will come back and answer some questions whenever I can get Kev or somebody else that's been around a long time. We'll answer some questions. That's what you're
Can I
talking about,
touch
right?
on that one piece?
Yeah, man, talk.
Yeah, because this is so important, an important piece of the beauty industry and the salon industry. I always tell stylists when I get a chance to talk to them that if they look out in the city, wherever they are, doesn't matter what city, any urban city, you can go to New York, Philly, Dallas, Memphis, LA, every OTC beauty supply store was never meant to carry the products that are being sold in our community. All of that money was meant to be driven through black salons. But because the salons wouldn't carry the product and retail it, meaning just buy three, so when Miss Jones finishes, when you finish doing her hair and she gets about your chair, you sell it to her. But because they didn't do that, and I don't fault the manufacturer. The manufacturer says, "Look, I made this product. I need to sell it. I got to send my kids to college, just like you do. So I need an outlet for it." That's where, going back to what you started talking about earlier in the conversation, what the Koreans and the Asians came and said, "Well, give me that. Give me three of those. Give me a dozen of these," and they became the outlet. And eventually, the manufacturer saw that and said, "Well, that's where we got to go." So there was a lot of different hands doing what they needed to do that really never needed to happen if we all would have just paid attention to what we needed to do.